Welcome back to, yes, welcome to GPO, GP Ottawa. I'm playing my first round against Mono White Flash Soldiers thing. Fairly interesting deck. They're also fairly lopsided. They're on what? Mono White with 12 counterspells, which is definitely an interesting color deck. I'm on mill. This isn't really keepable. I mean, I have a Prix, which is okay, but the rest of my hand doesn't really make sense together. This looks quite a bit better. The wall holding crab is nice. Good one math rat. Now, do I bottom here? I think I'm actually gonna bottom float some Jetsam. Yeah, I think I do. I don't mind having a Hippology in hand. Super one on bottom lands. I could see this being marginally incorrect though. Follow up with a grab. Definitely a big upside of going first as I get to go under the counter spells. And as far as I can tell, they don't really have any meaningful way to interact with me. It's nice. Or interact with my crabs, rather. We'll play out the Oasis first, play around, validate. Guess I could attack if I really wanted to. Put the fear of crab into them. So, I do have some amount of choice here. In that getting spilling secrets down is pretty important. Gives me another card every turn, at least. I could also keep up unraveling. So probably playing a Raise the Lawn or something at the end of this turn. And something like Raise the Lawn on tap. Golden Company Tactics is really nasty. Golden Company Tactics is 2+1/+1 counters on the board. I think I feel inclined to just drop down this spilling secrets. Unraveling has other use cases. I think I'm saying blue-black here. Let's see if they have red here. There's a Raise Alarm. Don't really want to see Golden Company Tactics here. Other than that, I am okay. Tapping just passes. So now my grabs are milling 3. Cold Embrace. Oh, that is not very exciting. Guess just pass back here. Yeah, I think that's okay. Yeah, I'll say that's okay. I really do want to have a counterspell up for potential Golden Company tactics. Because I don't think it's super reasonable for them to kill me without one. I think this is another card that I do want to be countering. Now let's see if I can hit a land here. These hoarding crabs are kind of popping off. They've made like 12 so far, and they're getting in some solid life gain. I guess I haven't really explained much about how my deck works, but the kind of gimmick is that, or gimmick so to speak, is that my cards cost 1, which is makes it really easy to deploy threats. So they did discard a Golden Company Tactics, or they did mill 2 rather. I did draw another Hoarding Crab, which is nice. Not hitting the lands is annoying. I guess I am just going against the waves here, so you can hit a Cosmic Sinkhole or a land. And I do draw before putting them back in deck. Oracle's Visions. I guess I play out the Vision here. Golden Company Tactics says 15, I think. And Crabs are milling 9. Oh. Yeah, sure, Vision. Lands I would have liked to draw on. Sinkhole's good enough to sit. Because again, I'm only really concerned about this Golden Company Tactics card. And that's another sinkhole. Lands on my opponent playing. Yeah, 22 with no cantrips is definitely a bit on the sketchy side. Okay, another 6. Double float some jets. I mean, I should have the win here. It was kind of funny I still haven't hit a little land. I guess I might as... I guess it doesn't really matter how I sequence this. And then I can just go Hoarding Crab, hold up, Hold Embrace, and should be a win from there. Definitely not an impressive showing for my opponent. Would have been scary if they did have a turn to mat here instead of turn to Raise Alarm. But even then, Golden Embrace does help out there. So look at my opponent's sideboard, they have Event Horizon for me, I think. Maybe Admonish, but probably just Event Horizon. On my side, They don't have any wave hate, right? Okay. On my side, Golden Waste seems not as good as Title Spite here. I'm not really enthusiastic about playing Esoteric Herbology when my opponent has this much going on at instant speed. Spell seems good, my opponent's only on 4 creatures. Floats and Jetsam is just kind of a mill spell. I could consider Seal the Tomb. I don't feel about Seal the Tomb over these Floats and Jetsams. I think Seal the Tomb is probably better. Stealing the anthems seems like a nice thing to be doing. Idle Blade also has a nice interaction with it because it's a bounce spell, so I can bounce the card and then seal the tomb it. I think this makes sense. I could see maybe running out of cards without Herbology, but Herbology just doesn't seem all that great here. Yeah, speaking of, this is definitely Morgan. And triple Title Spite. I mean, I keep this because I was building secrets, but I think I bought him a Title Spite. So I do feel kind of inclined to run out secrets on one always. I mean, I guess we'll see if they untap the prairie. They do. Another spilling secrets makes me happier to run out the first one though. Makes good use of my mana. As well fetch a island here. They have a Mirrorgate. They do not have a Mirrorgate. Very happy that resolves. That means even if they have an Event Horizon to answer it immediately, then I still have spilling secrets number 2 Event Against the Waves. Other islands, fine draw. So I think what they might be doing is trying to counter all my mill spells now. And I think I'm gonna respect that and just pass here. Because I did side out some amount of my mill with the floats and jetsams. It is possible I just don't hit mill, which would be bad. So I'm good passing here. Because the way's long. I think in this spot I would be a bit happy to see some other more aggressive line for my opponent. Ooh, but actually, this is a very bold line. I'm all for it, of course, because these title spites are gonna get their do their work. Let's see. So how do I want to sequence this? I think I want to sequence against. I guess it doesn't matter, right? It does not really seem to matter. I'm always just playing title spite plus against the waves. They don't have anything weird, right? Doesn't validate. It looks like it. I guess I play against the waves first, in case I hit a painless land. Okay, let's go with that. Draw, and then these get shuffled in, and then these happen. Don't hit a painless land. You've hit 2 spell pierces, which makes me quite a bit safer, so I do feel relatively confident in saying blue-black on this. And then I'll Idle Spite their 5 mana worth creatures. And I am feeling pretty good about this spot. Let's spell pierce that. Oh, they don't have invalidate, interesting. So we're just holding up the prairies for intimidation factor. Heal the tomb. I guess I can lead on visions. Try to hit another land. Then filling secrets, trigger, and unraveling, which is nice. So let's go ahead and seal the tomb the company tactics, I think. That is the card that's gonna, if a card's gonna kill me, it's gonna be the company tactics. See what they have in hand. Guess maybe I should be doing this in draw step, but meh. So they have, oh, key block. I'm not gonna, I guess I should check what they set in Event Horizons. And they did set in Admonish too. They're really threat light at this point, huh? I guess that makes sense because they cited out their, whatchamacallit, their Acrionis' command. I think all seems whatever here. I'll bottom it. Then let's go ahead and visions again. Do I spell pierce this? God. Look, at this point I do, just because I know they're on 5 lands. So I just kind of want to trade in the pierce for anything I can get. Mill and Unraveling is nice. Hitting this Blood Depths is also nice. Okay, so I have 1 Unraveling Grave, which is important to keep track of. And then is a decent draw. Guess I lead off on visions. That's 1 against the wave milled. Visions draw, and then spilling secrets draw. Speed of Darkness is like fair bit. I guess I'll just play Photo Depths tapped and pass. Speed of Darkness is milling 19, 20. Subtract the depths on upkeep. Goes pass, I guess. Cataract. I don't really see any reason to do anything. I'll just pass here. 10 is a comfortable life total, and Unraveling does do a fair bit. Two more lands is not what I want to see. Sinkhole is fine, I guess. Might as well crack the cataract. Or I guess shifting seal the tomb. Guess I might as well seal the Madia. I don't really care about doing this on draw step. Well, correct. I mean, it's correct too, but I don't really feel like bothering. Huh. Okay. Not sure what that's about. But okay. Don't really care about the library at this point. Like, they only have 2 raised alarms, and they did have. I did miss the Aquianos' commands when I looked at the deck the first time. Depths another bottom. At this point, do I Speed of Darkness for 24? I mean, they don't have Grave Hate, so I can still wait on it. Wooden Crab, which is nice. We'll spell the Doom. I'll give them free blue mana. I'm so nice. And then that's Speed of Darkness. And that was a pretty clean game. Really, game 1, bit of unfortunate with my opponent being stuck on 2 lands. Don't know how much that ends up mattering. I did end up hitting the counter spells when I need them. In game 2, it title splayed on the tokens, and game was pretty over. I definitely could have gone wrong if I didn't hit the second Spilling Secrets. I did stall a fair bit. There's maybe an argument against cutting up the esoteric herbologies. But they were pretty threat light, so Seal the Tomb did make me feel pretty safe. Even if maybe it wasn't the most consistent plan, maybe. I did like that I didn't need to worry about company tactics anymore, even though I did have Title Spite in hand for most of the game. The drawing 3 in my opener was definitely a bit of a outlier. But yeah, overall, just kind of felt just like a good matchup for me. All my interaction lines up pretty well, with the exception of Cold Embraces, where Shadow Spite is always great against them, as we're seeing in that game too. Veil Pierces, they can't really deal with. Just going to be trading 1 for 1, and then past that, if I can dismantle their linear A plus B plan with Golden Company Tactics and Duelist's Poise, then they can't really do anything. Whereas I have a bit more of a good stuff-esque deck. Weird to say about Mill, but I think it's kind of true here, where my cards just do individually a bit more on their own, because their 1/1 tokens will not be able to punch through my fearsome forces of a 1/2 and a 0/3, even if Prior wasn't actually drawn in the game. Yeah. Also, I guess Unraveling being especially good against them. They don't have Grave Hate, so Unraveling will be ticking up, and then them both being a hard counter for the important sorcery speed stuff, as well as Fog, which is one of the few ways to deal with what they're doing, is pretty nice. So pretty straightforward first round. Definitely have some few matchups that would in the GP that would be more annoying. So mono black and mono red, for example. Mono red playing Fireweaver is annoying. Extra 20 cards I need to deal with, even if maybe it's not like that big of a deal. Like the difference between with how this deck functions, you're milling more and more cards every turn. So getting another turn to play 5 more against the waves will get rid of those 20 cards pretty fast. But at the same time, mono red is generally not a good matchup for Mill. Just on the virtue of, they don't really care that they can't interact with your game plan. They're going to kill you. Then mono black having Profane MSA as a way to prevent decking out, which I actually realized before GP started. They don't actually have a way to deal with MSA main deck besides like Gatsam. Maybe there's some argument for playing like a clean sweep or something. A clean sweep is called. Yeah, if you want more really out there Feign Av commons, clean sweeps hard to go for. Well enough, I did mention clean sweep in my Feign Av review, but I didn't mention Cold Embrace. I find it a bit funny. But yeah, thanks for listening.